Hi guys, it's Tracey from Crochet Rossetti. Today we are going to start to make our snowman ornament. So what you're going to need is, I have a jumble of yarn here. This is my 4th attempt at this video. Okay, you're going to need an application brush or a Q-tip. You're going to need some blush. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a crochet hook, and I am using a 3.75. You could go smaller if you want to. A darning needle, 2 safety eyes, which I have here, a carrot nose button, or you can find these on Amazon, or you can embroider a nose, crochet a carrot nose, yeah, whatever you choose to do. So I'm gonna take a sip of water and we'll get started. Okay, the first step we're going to do is we are going to do a magic ring. I'm gonna secure it. And that's how I'm gonna start. You can do a chain 2 and work your stitches into the second chain from the hook. You can chain 3 and work into the center, chain 4, work into the center, whatever is easiest for you. Okay, so I'm gonna do 6 single crochet into this magic loop. It's 1, 2, oof, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I'm going to tighten that right up and into this first stitch here. I'm going to do 2 single crochet. It's 1, 2, and I'm going to do 2 all the way around in each stitch, which will end up being 12. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. I'm going to tighten that up, pull it real nice and snug. I use my tail as a marker to the next row. So my tail is going to come to the front. I'm going to go into this next stitch here and I'm going to do 2 single crochet. Then 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochet, whoops, and then 1 single crochet, and I'm going to continue that repeat till I get to the tail. So 2, 1, 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. Okay, I'm going to take the tail. I'm going to move it to the back this time. That will mark my next row. And I'm going to do 2 single crochet into this first stitch. Then I'm going to do 1 single crochet into the next 2. And 2 single crochet. And then 1 single crochet into the next 2. 1, 2, 2 single crochet into 1 stitch. 1 single crochet into the next 2, and you're going to repeat this till you get to the tail. If by some chance you are off by a stitch at the end, don't worry about it, just fudge it. Okay, we're gonna pull that tight again because that hole's opening up. And we're gonna move that to the front. We're gonna do 2 single crochet into the first stitch. And then 1 single crochet into the next 3. I'll think about it. 2 single crochet into the next stitch. 1 single crochet in the next 3. I just lost track of my count. My son came down, wants to go to Barnes & Noble. So 2 single crochet and then 1 into the next 3. Two single crochet into the next stitch. 1 single crochet into the next 3. And you're going to continue that till you get to the tail, and then you'll move the tail into the back, and then you'll do your 2 single crochet, and then you'll do 2 single crochet into the first stitch at the end of the tail, and then you'll do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and you'll repeat that till you get to the end. I think that's pretty basic. If you need further instructions on that, I'm going to put the written instructions on my Facebook page. So that's how you get your circles. You're going to do 2 of those, so you'll have this when you're done. Okay. You'll also need to make a scarf. I chained 33, and then I single crocheted across, which was a total of 32 stitches. Single crochet, I did 3 rows of that, and then I slip stitched and weaved in my ends, and then I cut some strands here for the end of the scarf, and all I did was fold it in half, come in through the end, pull up the loop through, and then pull the 2 strands through the loop, and then tighten it. And I did 3 of those. I wasn't going to do a demonstration on the scarf because it's just single crochet straight across. You can use whatever color, whatever stitch you want. You just want to make sure that it's not too big for your snowman. I kind of held it up to reference what the size would be and how I wanted it to be. Again, this is not a tutorial, this is a demonstration. I'm not a tutorial person. So basically, when I'm done, I'm going to, after I got both of my face and my back, I'm going to be folding this over like this, and I will be stitching that, so that's how the scarf will be attached when all is said and done. As far as the hat goes, I did chain 4, and then I did 1 row of single crochet, and that was a total of 3 single crochet going across. I did a chain 1, and then what I did is I worked into the back loops to make the rim. That way it gave it a little bit of an elastic kind of feel, like a stretchy feel. Okay, so I did that, and I did it so that it was big enough to be able to wrap around the corner for a little tilted hat. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to seam that up. Try to catch that end in there with it, just by doing a slip stitch 3 times. Okay. Get this out of the way. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just gonna do some single crochets right into the top of that edging for the hat. And I'm just going to keep working in the round. I was going to make this in advance, but I only had this little ball of scrap yarn by me, so I wanted to make sure I had enough to show you how I do that. To make it even easier, instead of doing a decreased top, I'm going to do a cinch top. And that way, if there's absolute beginners here, it'll be easier to do that. Yeah, so what I do when I do these is I sit down and I just bang them out, and I bang out pairs of 2. Obviously, sometimes your stitch count is going to be off, and that's okay, because you'll probably do another one that's off, and they'll still be the same size to match up. Either way, when you sew them together, they're gonna mesh anyway. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna start doing some double crochets now. And I just chained up 1 to bring it to a double crochet, and I'm going to work in the round. Again, it's an ornament. No one's going to notice. This way it'll go quicker. Basically, just kind of do with what you don't even have to do a hat, or you could do a felted hat. You could do flowers. You could do a headband. One year I did a pair of earmuffs using pom-poms as the earpieces, and I used a pipe cleaner as the part that goes around the head, the headband part. So there's so many different things you can do. And again, if you don't have a carrot nose, they do sell teardrop shapes that you can buy that you can use and paint and glue on. You can use felt, and you can cut that into a carrot shape, and you can glue that on or sew it on. Very easy, very playful. You can try different types of things. I wish I did a hat in advance. So I started doing this tutorial or demonstration, which is exactly why I don't prefer to do them, because I always forget something, or I'm not properly planned out. So I kind of just wing it, which is okay. I'll get better with time. I do have to put up another video today too, so I finished my gnome. I've been working on some knitted dishcloths. I got 2 new patterns to put on. One is a crochet, one's a knitting. I won't say it. I did get some more new yarn, but I'm not gonna say it. Look at how these colors come out. They're pretty, huh? All right. I think I'm gonna go around 1 more row and then I'll do the cinch. Just wanna make sure when I hold it up to the head, it looks proper. I think I need another cup of coffee. All right, right down to the beginning again. You can always tell where the beginning is because that's where the tail is, here, the end, where I seamed it. I'm gonna hold it up. So when I put it on, this is how I measure, guys, right? So if I put it on, I sew it, I seam it up. I think I'm going to go with 1 more row and then it'll be ready to be cinched. This is my playing process. There are no rules. And I know I'll probably get some thumbs down for this video, but this is just my process on how I create things. And this time I did write stuff down. So, well, at least I wrote down the scarf and I wrote down the snowman head piece. And I did write down the process of the gnome head. Not the gnome head, the Grinch head. So I replicated that one and then I wrote my process down this time so that I won't forget next year. Really like the way these colors are looking. This is just a ball of scrap from a project that I did recently. Good way to use up your scrap yarns. Okay, so when I come around to here and I know I see my tail, that's going to be the ends of that row, I am going to slip stitch in, I want to do 2 stitches in one. Okay, so 1 more stitch and then a slip stitch. Okay, and I'm going to leave a tail so that I can sew it to cinch it. So now I'm going to use my darning needle and I'm just going to kind of go in and out, maybe every other stitch. Make sure I'm staying screened. Okay, so we're all cinched at the top here. And what I do is I just come in and I do a slip stitch knot twice, pull it, tighten it, then you come back in and pull it through the center. And there's our little bitty hat. So obviously I'm gonna have to weave in my ends here just a little bit Nothing fancy. So I got my hats made, my scarf made. So that's basically, the crochet pieces are done. And again, like I said, you can do your eyes, your nose, however you want, your mouth. I have some embroidery. I can never say that without tongue tying myself. Embroidery floss. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with the eyes, and I want my nose to be at that center ring here. So I think I'm going to come over, maybe up a stitch from that circle. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. I could even go bigger with the eyes, but this is what I have out for now, so we'll use those. Or maybe I should go closer to the center. There we go. So I decided to go closer to the center. Little beady eyes. And then I'll put my tops on. Hopefully they won't give me a hard time, which they tend to at times. They're always so hard to get on. Okay, maybe those ones aren't gonna fit right. Let's try. I must have spilt my safety eyes, and I got everything mixed together here. Try that one. And see if I can find another one of those. All right, I'll try the metal ones, see if they work better. Work better. Okay, so those clipped right on. Those plastic ones can be a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, so I got my eyes on. So then I am going to stitch my nose. And I need a smaller needle. See if this needle will go through. Of course not. All right, I have this small needle here. See if I can't floss that. Probably should have tested that out. Got it in, not easily, but I got it in. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt my nose up a little bit. Oh, where do I want it down? You're gonna hear life noises now. My kids must be done with school for the day. I'm just gonna pass through a few times to make sure it's nice and sturdy. Make sure I don't get all tangled up here. And I got tangled up. How did I do that? One more time. And then I'm going to tie it. All right. My mouth, I can use the darning needle. So far, this is what we have. We have our eyes and we have our nose. Cute. And for the mouth, I'm just going to embroider a smile. So I'm going to start right there. A little crooked smile, but that's okay. Gives it personality. And so there we go. I'm going to tie that in the back. I'm not going to tie it super tight because it'll pull on the yarn. So we have our face. All right. I'm going to pull these ends here towards the back so that they're not okay, then I'm going to match up where these ends are, and I am going to do a single crochet to you can do a slip stitch, a single crochet. What the heck? I'm all tangled up here. We can call this hot mess demo. All right. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my little slip knot. You always want to make sure that your working yarn is the one that you pull on to tighten, or else it will fall apart. And then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to do a little stitch to bring the two pieces together. Again, if you're off by one, wing it. My famous last words with everything, wing it. Fake it till you make it, right? So I do have the Grinch head complete. I have the pattern written out just for the head. I will put that also on my Facebook group page. And then it'll be followed up with a tutorial on accessorizing and eyes and the nose and the... I like to put a little hair patch on the top of the Grinch. All right, what are we at? Wow, 30 minutes for this. Alrighty, guys. I really hope this was helpful for you guys, or at best entertaining. If not, let me know and I just won't do it again. I know that people were interested in learning how to make the ornaments, so I thought it would be an easy demonstration. If you are basic, you know the basics of crochet, you could probably do this with just voice instruction alone. So, all right. Okay. I'm going to tuck in these ends here. Into the head. You can stuff these too if you wanted to. I can always tell when I'm stressed crocheting and when I'm relaxing crocheting, because my tension gets really tight, and sometimes that can make a difference if whether or not your circles are the same size or not. All right, so we have our face, right? So now we're going to take our blush, a little blush here, and I have a little applicator. And come in and give it a little rosy cheeks. That's one. And two. That'll get the cheeks a little bit bigger. You don't have to be too heavy-handed. Real blush works very well. So there we go with our face. Isn't he cute? He's coming along. Okay, and then we have our scarf, which I am going to place. We're done with the blush, we can get rid of that in the applicator. So basically, I'm just gonna figure out my placement. And I think I'm gonna go for that. I probably could have made the scarf just a wee bit bigger, but I didn't, so that's okay. So I'm gonna start with getting the bottom attached. I'm going to attach it at the back, and I'm going to do it at the base, probably about 3 rows in, and I'm just going to do a little stitch. And I'm going to turn it. I'm going to come around. I'm going to catch the front side. Excuse me. Okay, what did I do? I got knotted. How did I get knotted? gonna start that over. Real life, people. Doesn't always happen the first try. Just gonna, why no why? It's just, don't need all that yarn, so. Just gonna come in, grab a stitch. Make sure I'm catching the snowman in the back. I'm gonna come in, come towards the front, grab that. So now I'm at the front with my scarf. And if you guys make this, I would love to see pictures. I think I'm going to give it a little turn. Yeah. Give it a little personality. I'm getting caught up on my needles over here. What a clumsy day. And then I'm going to go back towards the back because I want to get back to where I started it so I can knot off and weave in the ends. Tie it. Just kind of tuck it back in there so that I can hide these ends here. I don't usually put too much thought into these. I feel like because I'm doing it, showing people how to do it, I'm putting too much thought into it, and it's kind of not coming out how it usually does. So I have a little scarf attached. I didn't check to make sure I was in shot when I was doing that. Hopefully I was. Now, get rid of this. Attach my hat. I'm gonna put on a little crooked like this, and gonna stitch that on, and then we'll be done. I put some buttons out too, just in case I decided maybe to add a button or something, but I don't think I'm going to. Trying to hide the stitches as much as possible. And then I'm just going to slide this over to the other side here. Tie it up and hide the ends. Then to hang it, you can add a ribbon, anything you want, string. There we go, guys. There's our finished snowman. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if so, I will do more. If not, we won't. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.